Greetings, developers, and welcome back to part 4 of our quick demonstration of using World Partition and the development teleporter. So I have here already, I guess you guys should be all familiar with how to set up your teleporters and your components by now. So we're going to skip ahead. I already have a few teleport points. As you can see here, I am on World Partition, so this is the one that is stock with Unreal. Just to show you that it does load the regions. So I have some special setups here, and I can even show you how I'm doing it in the blueprint. So inside of the blueprint, once the server is actually, you can see on server here, actually executing the teleport, we're making sure we're actually doing a loop and making sure right here that the world partition system actually has the queried section, and the queried section is just taking the bounds of your particular teleporting actor. So it could be your car, could be your spaceship, could be just your human, whatever. And we're already actually doing streaming is complete. What this has is a enum for whether or not this is unloaded, loaded, or activated. So it looks like Epic actually has the two different setups of either loaded but not activated. I believe activated is when logic actually triggers. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm using activated anyway. But you can change these as you wish. And this is actually, you can see here on the BP dev component. And this is actually, you can see here inside of the main event graph. So you can actually find it here on server execute teleport. And what it does here is it loops depending on your teleport attempt interval. And right now the interval that I have on this is like 0.2 seconds. So every 0.2 seconds, it tries to keep attempting. If it's true, then it'll stop attempting and actually properly... well, what it does is it keeps teleporting you to that location until the streaming level is complete. And that's how most, world streaming levels actually do it. If you're trying to teleport from one, section of a giant MMO map to another one, they just try to keep you teleporting to that location until that actually works. Otherwise, there is a timeout, and this is what I have here in terms of a timeout. This attempt... There, I'll move that up. Teleport attempt timeout is 5 seconds. So after 5 seconds, it'll stop and you can retry it yourself. So that way you're not stuck in an infinite loop for a great period of time. Again, feel free to change these as you wish. I recommend, keeping it at 5 seconds, but you might want it longer depending on how long your stuff takes to load. I haven't done it with a super dense map with a ton of vegetation and stuff yet. But if you guys would like me to attempt that, feel free to send me your map and we can give it a shot, or try it on your own. Either way, this also prints out the teleport results, whether or not it has timed out or not. So you'll actually see that both printed on your screen and in the log. And that should do it. So let's see this actually in working. I didn't actually change anything, so I'm not going to bother recompiling. You can see here I'm actually at 000. And let's jump in. So you can see, now that I'm at 000, I'm just actually using the world partition little mini-map here to show, where I'm at. So you can see here, if I do shift home, I have a few other locations here. I can go to dev location 1, and look at that. It teleported me just fine. And you can see here, just for relevance, instead of 000, I am now up in this location. Hooray. And if I open that again, this one will actually take me to the bottom left corner. So I just had another one over here. And it's just that simple, really. So it's the same thing with placing any of these dev locations. We can take this and we'll actually move this somewhere else. So actually we'll change the name of this thing. So instead of dev, actually what we can do is let's use the display name. And then that should change it automatically whenever we're moving these guys around. Something actually has teleport 3, which it shouldn't. Oh, because, 000 is teleport location. So it's automatically copying. But hey, whatever. So we'll use teleport 4 for now. And let's just take this and move it somewhere really far. I don't know. somewhere over here. And if that's up in the air, no, it's not. There, let's pull it out, move it up in the air, and then press end just for quick, easy. Find the collision on the ground here and change my camera speed. There we go. And I don't know. Let's say this one has a fixed camera, and this all works. So now that I'm jumping into game here, my game started at 000. As you can see, open that up. You can see teleport location 4. This will reset my camera to face the middle of the map. Boom! Hey, look at that. Totally works as intended. Awesome. And you can see here, it's up in that top left corner. All right, so just to demonstrate that we are constantly re-teleporting to that location, and well, the idea is like if it takes too long for you to actually load this particular location. So I'm going to try to futz with that by setting my max FPS to 3. So you can see here, actually when I do stat FPS now, right? I am now very laggy with my game. Oh my goodness. So just to induce like a lot of lag, and if I want to teleport to a very different location here, I think it's the bottom left, so it's bottom right. Let's load this guy in, and you can see here how I was inside of the ground for a second. Let's move this to the side so we can see it. Oh my goodness, this is very laggy. Alright, let's try to get it there. Alright, so we'll try to a new location just to see what happens. So this put me above. You can see like the landscape is trying to load in the background just because I'm inducing a lot of lag going on at the same time. But it doesn't seem to want to. There we go. You can see there when I actually went back to the first location. It first teleported me, but I was in the ground and the ground wasn't actually loaded. So it's trying again because the section of the world partition wasn't actually loaded for me. And then it actually retried again to teleport me in the correct location. So that way it stops you from, falling into the ground. Kind of like there, actually. That one actually had me falling in the ground already, but the ground itself wasn't there. So it looked like I was above it, but I actually wasn't. I was actually below it, and I was already falling. So this actually proves the point that this will catch you and make sure that it tries again and again and again after, for 5 seconds, unless it finds it, and then it completes your teleport. So this should help any or alleviate any sort of issues that you might have with setting up your teleporter on a world partition map, and you need to have them sorted for loading or streaming into particular levels. Now, I don't know if you're doing other streaming other than World Partition. You could handle that a myriad of different ways. But if you're already at that experience level, you can actually hook into the dev teleport system and use your same is streaming level loaded, and then actually do the same kind of functions that I'm already doing. And then pipe it into the dev teleport component system, and you're good to go. All right, so I'm going to cut the video here, and we're going to switch over to multiplayer just to demonstrate that we are working, and talk a little bit about just these notes. The notes are pretty straightforward. It's just whatever notes you want to tell other developers or QA, but yeah, we'll get to that when we do the multiplayer section. All right, so we'll see you there. All right. We're going to be showing off quickly just the notes before we jump into multiplayer. The notes here is pretty straightforward. Anything that you're typing in here for any one of your teleport locations, it doesn't matter. You can even apply it to a new one if you wanted to. So some new location. We can say, hey, for notes, reminder to presenter for this one, use this location for GDC demo. There you go. That's all it is. I mean, and as soon as you jump into actually we'll call this for posterity, we'll call this GDC location. All right. So now that we jump into game, you'll see now I have this set up for both clients here, and this is just on running on a dedicated server. And you can see here, if I do shift home, it works just fine. You can see, hey, GDC location. Reminder to presenter, use this location for GDC demo. Boom, hey, look at that. Awesome. So that way you can actually tie this in to any of your demos or like whatever. I mean, whatever. You can write whatever you want on your notes here to your heart's content. And then that way, like, any of your QA or designers or artists need to, like, see a thing, you can just type it in your notes. But yeah, let's go over to this location, and we'll do the same thing on this client. We'll go to this location. Hey, look at that. I'm already here, too. Hooray. I mean, it's just that simple. These dev teleport locations are designed to be plug and play in any whatever game that you're setting up for yourself. So have fun, and let me know any sort of questions, comments, concerns, or issues you might have with our teleporter, and I will be sure to try to address them. All right, thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy the teleporter itself. All right, take care, and we'll see you in our next tool. Cheers.